News Channel 7. Time for 7 First Alert weather.
The cooler temperatures were noticeable today, especially because we still had kind of gusty winds, and it added a little insult to injury. And if the temperature is below 50 degrees, which it was for much of the day through most of the Treasure Valley, that breeze can feel really chilly. We're talking a wind chill does factor in when the temp is less than 50. But we did make it up to a high of 50 today. That is about 10 degrees below seasonal averages. It is 10 degrees cooler than our high temperature yesterday, 10 degrees cooler, especially when compared to this moment in time compared to 24 hours ago. We made it up to 60 yesterday. So here's the gusty northwest winds that we continue to see today. Not quite as strong as the winds were yesterday, but as I zoom out, take a look at the bigger picture, you might get a better idea of why the weather was so dramatic in the last 24 hours. It was a lot of change in pressure, change in temperature, and eventually we will have this high pressure ridge that tries to build in here, slowly but surely warming things up until it's warm, and then it's not again. So get ready for a wild ride through the 7-day forecast. Our highs tomorrow will be milder than where we were today, just a touch below seasonal averages, mid to upper 50s through the Treasure Valley, mid 40s in the mountains, low 50s through the Magic Valley, less wind tomorrow. I think the bigger story for the weather tomorrow will be the cold temperatures that we start with. So keep this in mind for the bus stop, for early morning walks or runs, and also keep it in mind if you've already put some sensitive vegetation in the ground, because I know that warm weather that we saw earlier last couple of weeks might have made us all a little ambitious with our green thumbs. So if anything you think might need to be protected overnight tonight, plan ahead before you head to bed. We won't be at those numbers for 4 hours. We'll be there for an hour or two. Nevertheless, it's still possible to get that cold in this part of spring. In fact, our average last hard freeze, 28 degrees or below, are these dates you see here. So not until the 19th of April. And that's even to say that it can happen after this mark. It's just that that's the last average 28-degree reading or below. So it's pretty typical to see temperatures this cold, and it's worth mentioning that the National Weather Service is not going to put out any freeze warnings or frost advisories or anything of that matter because we're just not into the growing season just yet. So not abnormal. Now we take a look at the wild ride that I keep talking about through this week. It warms up on Friday, and I think possibly we even have a shot at some parts of the valley making it up to 80 degrees. This big high pressure ridge, it means business, just not business for very long, because then you see this huge trough dropping in from the northwest and really deepening into next week. And this could mean some inclement weather, could mean some more snow for the mountain areas, but it will certainly mean some colder temperatures as well. So I'm encouraged by this forecast for our mountain locations, but also get ready for some very cold temperatures as well. Highs in the 30s in the mountain valleys. We're not done with that just yet. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast for us, a forecast to stay on top of with a little bit of everything, even a chance for some rain-snow mix if it falls when we see temperatures that are below freezing. This is spring in Idaho.